Hello students, welcome to Sri Ramanuja Vidya Mandir, a temple for learning. Students, we have successfully completed Animal Kingdom Part 1 and Part 2. So now I am going to teach you there is another chapter, that is structural organization in animals, or simply known as animal tissues. Let us see what are the important information are there. You can see the structural organization in animals in the animal tissue. In previous classes, you are learned about the animal tissue. So we have to recall once what are the animal tissues you learnt. Like epithelial tissue you can see, and another one is muscular tissue, nervous tissue, and connective tissue. So blood is a best example for connective tissue, and whereas internal organs like alveoli and the bronchioles and oviduct, these are the common examples for epithelial tissue. And you can also say in that skin is also epithelial tissue, and nervous tissue, and other one is that muscular tissue. We have three types: cardiac, and another one is non-straight cardiac, smooth muscles, and another one is that unstraighted muscle or skeletal muscle. So student, in this animal tissues, it's a very important lesson. It is that majority of the question is asking from this lesson, so you need to concentrate. It's this lesson is very important. Let us discuss about what are the introduction points is given here. Okay, so let us see here. What does it mean, the tissue here? The definition of the first point is describing about the tissue. So what is that definition here? No, a group of cells in which the cells are similar in structure and function and origin is called tissue. So this is it represents the definition. What is that? So in which the cells are similar in structure. For example, you can see all cells are similar in structure and function. One cell is to be performed, for example, transportation, and another cell is also perform the transportation of material function, and origin, whether it is a ectodermal origin, mesodermal origin, and endodermal origin. So that is about the tissue things it is. Next, another one is student, a group of similar cells along with the plus is indicate the using that shortcut form along with. Okay, the plus is indicate along. The group of similar cells and along with the inter substances both can performs a specific functions. A group of similar cells, for example, epithelial cells, you can see transitional epithelium cells or columnar epithelium cells. For example, columnar epithelium cells is there, student. The columnar epithelium cells is a group of cells. It's a perform a specific function. Okay, for example, here you can see the columnar epithelium cells. Okay, columnar epithelial cells is there, no? Epithelium cells. Okay, the epithelium cells is responsible for the absorption. Okay, absorption increase the surface area of absorption. Generally, it is seen in the small intestine. Okay, so the next another one is, but in a tissue, the cells may be dissimilar in structure and function, but they are always similar in origin. But sometimes the tissues it is a dissimilar in structure and function, but it is always a similar origin. That origin means either ectodermal, endodermal, and mesodermal, etc. So next another point is talking about the tissues are organized in the specific proportion and the pattern to form organ. So hopefully you know that about that the cells constitute to form tissue, tissue constitute to form organ, organ constitute to form organ system. So these things you know already, right? So this is about the level of organization in animal kingdom also we discussed already, right? So the tissues are organized in a specific proportion and pattern to form organ. Next, you can see another information. So what you learn in this first slide about the tissue definition and how it is perform the specific function. You can see the common example I'm taking here is the columnar epithelium cells, and how the tissues is to be dissimilar in structure and function, but origin is to be very similar here. The tissues is organized to form as a organ. So this is about the first slide introduction, student. And another one is, you can see when two or more organs, generally you know that tissues are constituted to form organ. So the same organs, or these are two or more organ, performs the common functions by their physical and chemical interactions, and these organs are constituted to form organ system. So hopefully you know this is about the tissues forms the organ forms the organ system. Next, you can see that is a point is given here, student. the cells, tissue, organs and organ systems, and split up their work in that they exhibit a division of labor. Okay, it is exhibit the division of labor. That means this is an arrangement you know already, that the cells constitute to form tissue, tissue constitute to form the organ, and organ constitute to form the organ system, and finally it is represents the organism, right? It is a organism. So this is a condition you already know about this one. So this, all this is a exhibit, they exhibit the division of labor. Now this is a important things you learn, student. Next let us see why the animal tissue, who identified, who coined the term, the word animal tissue. So the Bichard is a scientist. Okay, so he is a scientist. The word animal tissue is given by Bichard, and the word the plant tissue is given by Grew. Okay, this is a very very important point for the NEET point of view. So the word animal tissue is given by whom? Bichard, Grew, and none of the above. Answer is Bichard. And the word plant tissue is given by Grew. Okay, it's very important. Next, what does it mean, the histology? Histology means the study of tissues. Study of tissues is called histology. Histology word is given by Mayer, and the father of histology is known for Bichard. Okay, so these points you need to consider, very very important points, students. Okay, histology is the study of tissue. Histology of word is given by Mayer, and father of histology is known for Bichard. And another important point, the detailed study of tissue, it is the process we call it as microscopic anatomy. What does that mean? What does that mean, microscopic anatomy? Detailed study of tissue is known for microscopic anatomy. And the founder of microscopic anatomy is known for Marcello Malpighi. Very very important point, student, this one. He is the right person. Marcello Malpighi is actually, he has separated this microscopic anatomy from the zoology subject. It's a very very important point, student. The founder of microscopic anatomy, Marcello Malpighi. What does it mean, microscopic anatomy? A detailed study of tissue is called microscopic anatomy. Okay, hopefully you can understand this points, introduction points. So what is this? In this slide what you learn about the organs, how it is forms the organ system, and cells, tissue and organ system, they split in work in together, they exhibit the division of labor, and the who coined the term word tissue, animal tissue and plant tissue, histology, and histology word is given by whom, and father of histology by whom, and detailed study of tissue is known as the microscopic anatomy, and the father of microscopic anatomy is known for Marcello Malpighi. He is the right person to separate the microscopic anatomy from the zoology part. And the last important thing, it is on the basis of the functions and the structure, the tissues are of 4 types. What are they? You can see. So this is about the I told already, students, what is it mean here? No, you can see this is about you can see the diagrammatic representation. The first one is atom, student. Atoms is actually, what is that? It is a carbon, hydrogen, oxygen and nitrogen. All the atoms are constituted to form molecule. Here the molecule example is that sugar, protein and water, and all the molecules are constituted to form organelles. The third one is, what are the organelles? Mitochondria, nucleus and ribosome, and all these organelles are constituted to form cells. Epithelial cells, you can take an example of this one, and all the cells are constituted to form, fifth one is tissue, this one, and all the tissues are constituted to form organ. So this is that organ is, I am taking here example is stomach, and all the organs is to be constituted to form organ system. That means the small intestine, large intestine and stomach, etc. The seventh one, and finally all this organ system are constituted to form, there is a human being, there is a organism. So see, this is about the given here. No, atoms are constituted to form molecule are constituted to form the organelles constituted to form cells, and cells constituted to form tissue, organ system, and another one is finally organism. Hope you understand this information. So this is always upright, this one is always upright. So let us see what are the 4 types of the connective animal tissue, student. The first one you can see this is that is a epithelial tissue. The second one is called the connective tissue. Another one is the muscular tissue. The fourth one is called the nervous tissue. Okay, epithelial tissue are of two types, student. The first one is the simple epithelial tissue. It is having the single layered. Compound epithelial tissue, it is having the multi-layered. Simple epithelial tissue, it is further divided into fourth category, that is squamous epithelium tissue, cuboidal epithelial tissue, columnar epithelium tissue, ciliated epithelial tissue. So this is a very important point, student. This flow chart is indicating about the how the animal tissues are framed and how the epithelial tissues are framed and what are the types. You just try to focus on this this flow chart for understanding thing it is. For the next class also I'm elaborating the all the information. I'm giving to the all the examples and everything, right? So the next, coming to the what is the function of epithelial tissue, student? It is responsible for generalized structure function. It is that it is helps in the secretion, absorption and excretion, right? So the another one is the connective tissue. Generally the connective tissue, how many types we have? There is a loose connective tissue. The example is the areolar and adipose. Adipose, you can take an example, is a paddy material. It is having the fat. Areolar, it is responsible for protecting its nature. And dense connective tissue, okay? And the dense connective tissue, another one is that a specialized connective tissue. The specialized connective tissue, here the dense connective tissue, tendon and ligament, you can take an example. And a specialized connective tissue, you can take an example, bone, cartilage and a lymph, and the one is a blood and a lymph. So these are the types of, how many types of connective tissues? There 3 types, 1, 2 and 3. So again the loose connective tissue are of 2 types, areolar and adipose. And here is specialized connective tissue are of 4 types, bone, cartilage, blood and lymph. So next, coming to the muscular tissue. The muscular tissue are of 3 types, skeletal skeletal tissue, muscular tissue are stripped, unstripped or smooth muscle, and another one is cardiac muscle. And the last but not least, other one is the nervous tissue. So hopefully you know about the structure of nerves. Okay, so that is also we are discuss about the nervous system in the further class. Hopefully you can understand that is about the, this is a animal tissue, about the flow chart, how the tissues are organized. So you just learn about a framework. Okay, this is a represent a framework of animal tissues, how many types are there now. Okay, hopefully you can understand this flow chart. Let us see the next importance about different type of the nerve types of tissues and what are their origin and what is their function. Now you can see, student, the first importance is about the epithelial tissue. And what is the origin here now? Ectoderm origin, endoderm origin, mesoderm origin. So here is there are 3 type of origin we can see in the epithelial tissue. And what are the common functions we can observe in here, student? That is protection. For example, it is you can see the skin is a common example now, protection. And secretion, skin is a common example, secrete. What is that? Like a secretion of the oil glands and sweat gland, etc. Another one is absorption. Like a small intestine, you can take an example. They are having the plasma membrane is modified into the microvilli. It responsible for the increasing the surface area for food. Okay, and excretion. Okay, even kidney you can take an example of excretion. And reproduction is a common example, is that cuboidal epithelium cells. And another one is that attachment. Okay, so attachment is for, this is for only for, what is the information is for, this is only for the epithelial tissue, right? So the next, another one is that connective tissue. So the connective tissue generally is originate from the mesoderm, and it is responsible for what is the, student? It is responsible for the attachment. For example, bone to bone, okay, muscle to bone, ligament. And here is that bone to muscle, tendon. And another one is it is also provide the framework to the body and support and a storage and a protection and transportation. The transportation is mostly performed by RBC. Okay, RBC. Next, this is about the information about the connective tissue. Okay, coming to the another one is that muscular tissue. Muscular tissue is a very important, student. So here what is that, how many type of muscular tissue there are 3 types, that is of 3, these 3 are nothing but stripped, unstripped, and another one is cardiac muscle. So the muscular tissues is generally it is responsible for the movement of the body. For example, your limbs, you have how many pairs of limbs you have? There is a upper limbs and the lower limbs. Both limbs is responsible for the locomotion or movement. So this is also we can represent here. And the muscular tissue is it is originate from the mesoderm. And last but not least, the one is that nervous tissue. It is originate from the ectoderm origin, and it is a control and coordination by nerve impulses. Okay, so generally you can take one nerve, so the one nerve to another nerve, it make an association. There is a electrical impulses is to be passes from the one neuron to another neuron. That electrical type of impulses is nothing but nerve impulses. Once nerve impulses is to be transmitted from one neuron to another neuron, there is a information is to be carried out. So hopefully this is also we'll discuss in detailed manner in the further classes. Okay, I hope you understand this tabular form, and let us see the next. Another one is about the first importance, that is about the epithelial tissue. So students, what is the term is epithelium is given by, there is a famous person is that Rayush. Okay, the term epithelium is given by that famous person is a Rayush. And epithelium tissue, it is they're talking about that is always arranged in the uniform layer. Now you can see the diagrammatic representation of the epithelium tissue. Now there are various types of epithelium tissue I cited in this on the form of the diagrammatic representation here. You can see the simple squamous epithelium, and the second one is the simple cuboidal, and the third one is the stratified, another one is simple columnar, and the fifth one is that stratified cuboidal epithelium, and another one is the sixth one is the pseudo stratified, and the seventh one is the stratified columnar epithelium. So if you observe all the epithelium, you can see all the epithelium can be arranged in a uniform manner only. So that is a point is given here now. And here you can see that during embryonic development, the epithelium is originate first. Okay, so first of all you can see if any embryonic development you can observe now. So once embryo is to be formation is occurs, so first epithelium only originate first, and remaining is to be formation is occurs like organ and tissue. It is further formation is occurs now. And there is a very remarkable property about the epithelium tissue, that is that it shows the power of regeneration. It's very important now. And generally this is only one tissue of epithelium tissue shows the power of regeneration. There is also asking about the one more question. The power of regeneration is a very less, that is answer is nervous tissue. Okay, so next another one is it is providing the covering layer or lining. So here what does it mean? Epi means upon, and thelia means growth. So upon growth it is represents the epithelial tissue. So now this is information you know about that. This is only for basic idea about that epithelium tissue. Okay, so let us see remaining importance about the epithelial tissue. Now you can see student, another important thing is that due to absence or less intracellular space of blood vessels and lymph vessels and capillaries are unable to pierce this tissue. So the blood circulation is absent in the epithelium. Again you can see the diagrammatic representation. Carefully you can observe this one. No, so this is one cell and this is another cell. So there is no intercellular space. For example, you can see this is a one cell. Okay, so this is another cell. So this is actually there is no gap here. No, okay, there is a tightly bound together. There is no intracellular space. Intracellular space means, what does that mean? For example, between the one cell to another cell there is a space is called as, what this is, intracellular space. So if the intracellular space you can observe, no, there is a fluidity we can observe, no, but here there is no fluidity in the epithelial cells. That's why the flow of blood is also it's not seen in the epithelium cells. That's why you can see the blood circulation is absent in the epithelium. So how can this maintaining this structure? How it is maintaining the structure? So that means the cells depend on their nutrients underlining the connective tissue. For suppose you can see this is, assume this is about the connective tissue, this is about the epithelium tissue, and there is a bottom we can underline, there is a tissue is called the connective tissue. This is about the connective tissue. So the connective tissue only fulfill this gap to provide the nutrient to the epithelial tissue. I will also show the diagrammatic representation how this connective tissue and epithelial tissues are arranged. Okay, so next other important point, student, this is a very important point. So between the epithelium tissue and a connective tissue, a thin and non-acellular part, that is called the basement membrane. It is a present which is a highly permeable. Permeable means it is a allow all the molecule or ions, etc. Permeable. Okay, so hopefully you know about the botany. You learn you are going to learn about there is a impermeable, permeable, semi permeable, selectively permeable. These things you are very important terminologies is there. Hopefully ma'am will explain all these things. Okay, so the next another one is here is coming to this point, coming to the zoology part, and between the epithelium and connective tissue there is a between a non-acellular part is called the basement membrane. So the basement membrane is a non-acellular part. So it is a permeable in nature. The meaning of permeable is it is allows all ions and molecules. Okay, let us see the diagrammatic representation, student. You can see this is there are so many epithelium already given, no? For example, if you see the pseudo-stratified epithelium, I am taking the example, no? If you see this the circled, okay, the circled part, you can see the circled part, you can see it is a magnification. I am going to be magnifying this circled part. It is the circled part is look like this. You can see this is what about this one is the epithelium cell, right? So epithelium cell is represents this part. Okay, this part is represents the basement membrane. The basement membrane is the below the part we can represent the what this is called endothelium lining capillary. In this way only there is a blood flow is occur, no? This is about the RBC flow is occur, no? below the basement membrane. And here you can see another part. You can see this is this part connective tissue with the interstitial matrix and fibroblast. So this part is a connective tissue and this part is the basement membrane and epithelium. So this is you can see about, okay, this part I'm talking about, this part is represents the connective tissue. Hopefully you can understand this diagrammatic representation. Next, let us see the basement membrane we are talking about. Like you can see this is the basement membrane, right? This is the basement membrane. This basement membrane actually what does it mean? That is a acellular part of the basement membrane we are going to studying now. Okay, the basement membrane is actually it is differentiated into the two types. That is the first one is the basal lamella and another one is the fibrous lamella. The basal lamella is towards epithelium. That means you can see, for example, you can see this is about the epithelium, right? So this is another one is you can see this one, this part is represents the basal lamella, and the other one is part is represent this part is represents the okay, this part is represent the fibrous lamella, and the other one is this part. Okay, this part you can assume this one is that connective tissue. So let us see what is that indication. This one is that, for example, this is the epithelial tissue and basement membrane, and the other one is that this is about basal lamellae, and another one is that fibrous lamina, and this is about the connective tissue. This is collectively known as the basement membrane, right? So here the basement membrane is differentiated into the basal lamellae and the fibrous lamina. Okay, so here what they're talking about, you can see the basal lamella. The basal lamella is towards epithelium. That means you can see this one, this is towards, it is present towards the epithelium cells. Okay, so whereas the fibrous lamella is towards connective tissue. CT means connective tissue. That is given here now. Okay, the fibrous towards the connective tissue. So what is the function basal lamellae composition, student? It is made up of the glycoprotein. Glycoprotein means it is a constitution of carbohydrate and protein. What does it mean, the glycoprotein? It is a representation of the like carbohydrate plus protein part. It represents glycoprotein, and secreted by this glycoprotein, it is secreted by epithelium cells. Again I will explain very clearly. You can listen carefully, student. This is a part I'm talking about. What is this? Is that epithelium cells. Okay, epithelium cells. This is the epithelium cells. Epithelium cells actually this below the part we call it as the BM. BM means that is called the basement membrane. Basement membrane is differentiated into BL. BL is indicate here, no, basal lamella. FL is indicate here. What does it mean? Fibrous lamella. Here the basal lamella is made up of what is that? It is present towards the epithelium. You can see it is towards epithelium, whereas the fibrous lamella is present towards the connective tissue. CT means connective tissue. And here it is a basal lamella is made up of the glycoprotein. It is secreted by epithelium cells only, and whereas the fibrous lamella, it is made up of the collagen and reticular fibers are suspended in the form of mucopolysaccharides. Very important point, student. Very important point. So here what you understand here, no, there is a mucopolysaccharides. Mucopolysaccharides are there, no. So the detailed information of the mucopolysaccharides we are going to learn in the biomolecules lesson, not now. So here is that the mucopolysaccharides, it is available in the form of hyaluronic acid. Hyaluronic acid, the mucopolysaccharides is available in the form of hyaluronic acid. So what does it hyaluronic acid, student? So here that hyaluronic acid, it's a combination of glucuronic acid and N-acetyl glucosamine. Okay, so what does it, the combination of hyaluronic acid? It is a glucuronic acid. That means the glucose having the COOH group, glucuronic acid, and plus N-acetyl glucosamine. That means the glucose moiety structure having the acetyl group, it is having the nitrogen acetyl group is present. So the detailed structure also we are going to learn in the biomolecules lesson. So listen carefully here, what you understand, no, that fibrous lamina is a composition we are discussing, student, that is made up of the collagen and reticular fibers are suspended in the form of mucopolysaccharide. The mucopolysaccharides are available in the form of hyaluronic acid. It is a hyaluronic acid is a mixture of glucuronic acid and N-acetyl glucosamine. Hopefully you can understand this point. Okay, move to the next slide. Is talking about, this is a very important points, like individually the cells, epithelium cells modified into form the following structures, that is called the intracellular junctions. So the next class we will explain about all this interdigitation, adhering desmosomes and tight junction and gap junction, etc. I hope you understand today's class. Today's class we are learnt about the epithelium tissues introduction, and another one is that introduction about the animal tissue, who coined the term tissue, who coined the term animal tissue, plant tissue, and another one is microscopic anatomy. These things we discussed now. Hopefully you can understand these points. Okay, thank you, student. Good luck.